मेरे प्यारे सत्संगत जी, वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की fateh. As always, it's a great honor and a great privilege in the presence of Sri Guru Granth Sahib to just understand what is our future, what is our tomorrow, and what we face as a Sangat. This world, as we know, Sri Guru Granth Sahib explains that we are in this Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga means this darker age. It's a time of a great change. It's a time of a great transition. It's a time when the world is changing very, very rapidly. And humanity itself is in a crisis. That means humanity itself is under pressure. And we see it with the wars and problems. We see that in the world today that a province like Quebec can have that charter where they say we can't be who we are, that our appearance, we can't wear the turban public, or other faiths as well. And even though it may not become a reality, still that it becomes an issue, then we have to understand that in this changing world, that just over 500 years ago, Guru Nanak Dev Ji came onto this planet. And Guru Nanak Dev Ji brought a message of pure truth, the acceptance of all people. And our Gurus fought for the rights and gave their lives so that we could live here today, and gave their lives so that we can express ourselves as we choose. Before Guru Nanak Dev Ji, many faiths said that God lives outside of you. And that in order to reach God, somebody had to be in between. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, nay, he said, God lives inside of each and every one of us. That we are that God. And that everyone can experience God. How? Guru Nanak Dev Ji said very simple. Meditate on the name of God. Meditate on the oneness of this creation, which is Ek Onkar. Understand, Sangat, that, and I learned it because I had to come from outside, but what was I searching for? I searched for a long time to find the truth. Because something in my mind said that I'm not being given the truth. And I wanted to find what was the truth. I was a very young man, 10 years old, when I started to think in my mind, what is the truth? And in my mind, I said somewhere on this planet, there was a truth. And I searched and I searched. I wanted to find what was that truth. And back then, we didn't have internet and Google. All the kids have today. They can find everything out. And I went and I looked in the libraries, and I could find Buddha, Jesus, Krishna, but nowhere could I find Guru Nanak. Nowhere was there one book even that would introduce me to Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So I kept searching and looking until one day, by some great fortune, I was 24 years old. By some good fortune, someone said to me, Come, we have a temple. And they looked like we look. I never saw in my life. This man had a dastar, he had kurta pajama. Who is this? I said, what do you do? He says, we pray. I said, that sounds good. I like to pray. And that day I went. And I went into the presence of Sri Guru Granth Sahib that day, didn't know one word, didn't understand anything, had never seen in my life, this lifetime before, what is Sri Guru Granth Sahib, just like our children. I did the Mata Tek. I was watching people were making some Mata Tek, bowing in front. I said, okay, that's okay. And as soon as this forehead touched at the feet of the Guru, tears came to my eyes. I started to cry. I didn't know what this was even, but I knew something in my heart that I had found that truth that I was looking for 24 years. That was 37 years ago. And in these 37 years, even today, as I bow and do the Mata Tek at my feet of my Guru, those tears still come. And I say, thank you, God, thank you, Guruji, for bringing me to the feet of you so that I could learn. And when I started to read, understand, and study, and do the history, and understand and practice Gurumukhi and learn as best I could and be taught, and understand what are these teachings that Guru Nanak Dev Ji brought, what did our Gurus live their lives expressing, what was brought into the Sri Guru Granth Sahib as Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave us the Guru Gadi of Guru Granth Sahib. I said, what is that history? What is that knowledge? And remember, I was born from the West, and our children are born here in the West. And I wanted to understand from English side, in my mind, what is this science? What is this technology? Even to this day, someone came to me the other day, they said, are you part of the Sikh religion? I said, no. They said, no? You look like you're part of Sikh religion. I said, I'm not. They said, what are you part of then? I said, the Sikh way of life is different. Because I understood that Guru Nanak Dev Ji and our Gurus didn't come, we should have a religion, but we should have a way of living that's real. And that real way of living, that is religion. That the Gurus gave us the true way of life, to walk on the path of God and to evolve. That means to become great. That we have a technology called Shabad Guru, the science of the sound vibration that exists within Sri Guru Granth Sahib. The Shabad Guru, Shabad means that which cuts through. Cuts through one's ego is that Shabad. Guru makes that transformation to raise us, to lift us, to give us that enlightenment, to give us that life. That's why Guru Nanak said, be liberated while you are alive, not dead. And from an English mind, I read these words just like our young people, just like many of you read from that English side to understand what is the base of that. And that day, 37 years ago, the first time I heard that kirtan, and the Ragi Jetta was playing that kirtan, I had never heard in my life, but I sat and I heard the Vaheguru, Vaheguru, I heard the kirtan, and I sat just very still, and my whole body changed. I didn't know what was even that sound, Vaheguru, Vaheguru, Vaheguru. But these ears and that sound current of the vibration of the Shabad has no boundary. Every human being, whatever language they speak, hears Shabad. That sound vibration of Shabad Guru enters into this consciousness, enters into this mind of ours. enters into this Atma, and it changes no matter who you are. That is the power of Shabad Guru. And with that power of Shabad Guru that transforms and changes us and shifts us, we can bring peace to this world. That is the power and the technology of the Shabad. And then as my years went by, spending so much time in the Gurdwaras, traveling now all over the world, visiting many Gurdwaras, being in the presence of our Sangat, I said, why is our Sangat unhappy? Why is there sadness in our Sangat? Why is there depression in our Sangat? Why should any one of us not be prosperous? And I understood that Guru demands of us that we trust. That Guru's Hukamnama is not just that reading today. Guru's Hukamnama is that order of the day. Guru's Hukamnama is the exact profile of my day, is the Hukamnama of my Guru. That is the order of my day. But I have to trust that and feel that and accept it within myself. Otherwise we fight. I started today by talking about how this world is in crisis. Problems. We see what's happening. The wars, the shootings, and human error. Because the mind of the human is becoming so confused. What happened in Ottawa 3-4 days ago? That bus driver just didn't stop. You know that tragedy? Gates were down, lights were ringing. Because the human mind today is becoming so, you know there's those snakes, they have those rattle on their tails? They call them rattlesnakes. Because the mind of humans is becoming shaky. So the gates are down, lights are on, whistles are blowing, and he right through. And what a tragedy. Because the human mind cannot now deal with the stress and the pace of the times. Guru Nanak Dev Ji gave 3 simple ways of living to remind us. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj taught us that we should not be a slave to this mind, but we should learn to command this mind of ours. And the power of that command is what? Naam Simran Vaheguru. The power of that to control this mind, to bring it stability, to not have it shake like that snake, to give the clarity which we have, which is why Khalsa Panth shall rule, because we are given that clarity through Shabad. We are given that clarity through Panchbaniya. We're given that clarity through Naam Simran. We're given that clarity through Gurbani. I learned that there was no other technology, and we're not saying we are the best and we are saying we have something that can help humanity in this time of this Kali Yuga, if we use it, trust it, accept it as truth, and follow it. And that's the only thing that I learned. You who were born at the feet of the Guru, named at the feet of the Guru, brought to the feet of the Guru as a baby, whatever in your life has brought that you were born to come to the feet of the Guru, to live this life as Sikh, to be born in this Sangat is a gift. Do we see it and understand it as a gift? Do we accept it that that's true our destiny? Do we pass that knowledge on to our children? Do we give them these teachings so they develop that relationship to Sri Guru Granth Sahib? All I did was I understood that the Shabad of Sri Guru Granth is a relationship, is a union, right? Coming together is a union of every human being, body, mind, atma, soul, in a relationship to Shabad, the power of Guru Granth. So I understood then that I was developing that union, that relationship with all these parts of me and Sri Guru Granth Sahib. And by establishing in these 37 years of being at the feet of the Guru, by establishing that union with the Guru, that Guru blesses me and gives me all the knowledge, all the insight, all the capacity, all the beauty, all the grace of life. That in my experience was never realized and can only be realized at the feet of the Guru. So that union or that relationship has to be established. And we have to then show our children, our young people, how to establish the relationship. And that is the test and the trial today of the Khalsa Panth. That is the test and the trial of us. That is the test and the trial of every Sikh. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj gave us the principles of life: Bana, Bani, Seva, and Simran. The four pillars. What is a pillar? Pillar is, you see how this holds up that? The pillars hold the palki. These are called pillars. They hold up. Our foundation, the pillars of our life, is Bana, Bani, Seva, and Simran. What is Bana? Bana is how this appearance, how we look, so we appear in a form. So Bana is that which is outside. We wear the dastar, the kurta pajama, we keep this form. We become identifiable, that one should know who we are. That first day, 37 years ago, I saw that Khalsa man, totally in Bana. I said, what is this? Something is different about this person. Had I not seen that Bana, I would not be with you today. Simple as that. Because that Bana is what is outside. So if Bana is that which is outside, what is Bani? Bani is that which is inside. We read the Path, we read our Banis to go inside, so that we have that constant 24/7 vibration within us of the Shabad. And when we have that within us, living 24/7, the vibration of Vaheguru, 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 through the Gurbani, then we're never separated, never apart from our Guru. That's what keeps us in that union. And sometimes we think, am I far from that union? Am I close to that union? Many of you come to me and say, I'm reading Path now, I don't feel it. I'm reading, but I'm not feeling. And so many times you come, I hear that. So what should I do? I don't feel. I said, then before you open that gutka, before you read the nitname, stop. Sit still. Calm. Sahaj. Right? Calm. And go, Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. Just 2-3 minutes. And settle down. And then open that nitname, then begin to read. and see the difference. Because our mind can't slow down sometimes. That is the power of Naam Simran. It slows the mind, so the mind then can comprehend, can understand at a much higher level. So that you can hear the words, feel and experience. I was taught to read Nitnem not silent, but that I should move my mouth. Look at the words, eyes should be open. Look at the Gurumukhi, because even the symbols of each letter has an affiliation to the eyes and what we call the optical nerve, that in itself has an effect. And when we recite openly, that the movement of our tongue in our mouth and how the sound vibration of the Gurmukhi affects and stimulates to reach into the higher glands, pituitary gland, pineal gland. I'm going a little out there, but you see the science I learned. That each has a combination. What is Gurumukhi? What is that sound vibration? What is Shabad Guru? It is a combination. You know, sometimes you have that lock our kids have on their lockers, and it's called combination lock. You know those locks? 13 to the left, 12 to the right, 8, lock opens, right? Same as the vibration of the Shabad is a combination of sound vibration, that when we recite, then we're in the midst of the kirtan, we let it come inside of us, that works like that combination lock that opens up the channels so that we can then feel the strength and the projection. And that gives us the strength. So that we can unlock the tightness that we sometimes feel in this brain, this mind of ours, and let it flow, and then all knowledge as it comes. Don't we say in Sukhmani Sahib, Prabh ke Simran, Gyan Dhyan Tatabud? Through that vibration of that consciousness, of that Simran comes every knowledge. And the Deb Dhyan means the meditation. Everything. Tatabud means that knowledge that is gained. Guru promises to us that. There's no doubt. We have the perfect universal truth. Remember, I began today in the Katha talking about truth. And it was simply given. Ad Sach, Jugad Sach, Hai Be Sach, Nanak Hosi Be Sach. Perfect. Ad Sach. Ad means primal, first. Ad, Adi, first, primal, Sach. That truth, Guru Nanak Dev Ji explains in Japji Sahib, that this world was formed by the Word, and the Word was truth. Ad Sach, in the beginning of time, in that primal time, that truth was the vibration that established the entire universe. And Jugad is such that through all the ages of time, yugas, Jugad, through all the ages of time, that truth lived. Have be such that today, this day, is no different. Nanak Hosi be such. Nanak says, and forever it shall be. Forever. And that is the perfect universal teaching to understand. Because Guru taught us there's a relationship in this entire solar system, the entire universe, and the individual. that each of us are part of, not separate from, this entire solar system and universe. Before Guru Nanak Dev Ji and this world, this society we live in, we call it Judeo-Christian belief system, that we learn and our children learn in the schools, is to create a division, a separation between themselves and God. And this world lives on that separation. Guru Nanak Dev Ji said there's no separation. He was the first that taught the universal truth that all people are unified under one God, and that one God, that Ek Oankar's name is Naam, is truth. And we read that in our Mool Mantar, don't we? We understand in Mool Mantar is everything is written. Everything is said. Exact foundation. What is Mool? Mool means root. Foundation. We can't build a house. First we build the first floor, second floor, then we build the basement, and we don't. No. What do we build first? The foundation. If that foundation is weak in that house, what happens when you build that house? It falls. It can't be supported. That foundation becomes weak. But when that foundation becomes strong, build a skyscraper. Mool Mantar is that foundation that we stand upon, that builds our life, that gives us the clear understanding of the entire nature of each human being and its relationship to this entire universe and that which we call God. And when we understand Mool Mantar, and we come to that part that shifts, jap. Ek Oankar Satnam Kartapurt Nirbo Nirvarakal Murth Ajuni Sebang Guru Prasad Jap. That's the hukam of the Guru. Jap. Meditate. Jap. Repeat. That's the turning point of Mool Mantar. On what? Ad such, Jugad such, Hai be such, Nanak be such. We're given the whole understanding. Ek Oankar, God and me and God are one, there's no separation. Ek Oankar, we could say, means there's one God. I say it means God and me and God are one. There's no separation. God and me and God are one. Ek Oankar Satnam. Satnam means that which is true in your identity, and Satanama are 5 sounds: the S, the T, the N, the M, and the A. 5 sounds. Sa, ta, na, ma. Sa means the birth. Ta means the life we live. Na means that we recycle that ends, and ma means that which is birthed again, is the entire cycle of life. Satanama, Satnam, is the true identity of ourselves within the entire cycle of existence. Ek Oankar Satnam Kartapurk. What is Kartapurk? The doer of everything. Everything. No, I do everything. Don't we? No, I do everything. No. Nay, I don't do everything. The doer of everything is the Kartapur, does everything. When that becomes in you understood, because what gives us stress? What makes us depressed? Is thinking that we have to control everything. But Guru teaches us only 20% is under our control. Only 20%. The other 80% is the will of God. That 20% I know, they picked me up in Abbotsford, they drove me to Guru Nanak Gurdwara here, that's known to me, that I would be picked up in this place and I would arrive this place. That's a known to me. That's that 20% I know. But what may have happened on the way there? I don't know. Maybe we would have met somebody, something happens here, we get stopped there. That I don't control. But what do we want to do? We want to control that 80%. Can't do it. If you try to control that 80%, you will always end up unhappy. The Guru says, relax. The simple formula, we have 24 hours in our day. Is that correct? We have 24 hours in every day. So Guru says, give me 10%, thus 10% of that 24 hours. 2.4 hours. Guru says, give me that 10%. That's all. Just give me that 10%, 2.4 hours. And Guru says, I'll take care of the other 90%, don't worry. That's why I wake up in the Amrit Vela. I heard those words in Japji, Amrit Vela, Sachanavadi Aya Vichar, Karmi Ave Kapara Nadiri Moktuar. That if we wake and rise when that sun is at 60-degree angle and is ascending, and we do at that exact time between 4 and 6 a.m., when things are quiet, when our soul, the Atma, can communicate to the etheric realm, can communicate to Paramatma, and we recite our path and we sit and do our Simran at that time, and we give that 2.4 hours. Guru says all that karma, that all that karma, all those deeds of the past will be washed clean. No, I don't want to get out of bed. It's too warm, it's too comfortable, my cushion is too soft. No, I don't want to get up, right? I've heard so many excuses. I could write a book just on the excuses people have done. Oh, I can't get up, I won't get up, it's too cozy. No, it's too cold outside. No, I can write so many books just on excuses. Right? But something inside has to drive you, wake you, and know that when I do that seva, in that Amrit Vela, in that time of the morning, in that nectar, and give my time so that I can be with my Guru at that time, that the rest of my day is not mine. Guru will take care of that 90%. But we have to trust that truth. That's why I say, are you a Sikh religion? I said, no, I'm in the Sikh way of life. Because it's a way of life. The kids call it a lifestyle. I said, that's my style of life. And that's simply what I learned in how to live every single day. I could have done anything. I can sleep in, I can not go out, I could not come here, right? But my choice that I make is to walk in the steps of my Guru. And one day, very early as I became knowing and understanding what is Dharam, what is Sikh Dharam, I read that Guru Nanak Dev Ji said that if I could only touch the dust of the feet of those saints who walk on this path singing God's praises, then I shall have enough. Just to touch the dust of the feet. And my mind said, oh God, this I've never heard. This is so beautiful. And I never to this day forget that. That if I can just do that seva, to touch the dust of those saints, then what is my fight? Satsangaji, we have to learn as Sangat not to fight. There's going to come a time in this Kali Yuga, in this dark age, because we haven't seen yet the worst, where people from all over many different faiths, and already they're coming, and they'll come to the Gurdwara, they'll want to just be with us, because they find this is one place they can find peace. And they will come, they will. They're starting already. But we have to reach out also, because we have a simple duty to protect all people and to protect the rights of humanity, that nobody should be abused, that there should be no human element at all that should become aggressive against anything. And we give our lives for that. My decision, when I did the Amrit, my decision to understand that commitment was to say that my life is no longer my life. I don't live my life. I don't know what my life is. That I live and shall give that life at the feet of my Guru, as my Guru directs me, to protect anyone who needs that help. And that my bana should represent who I am. We teach the children a simple song, they sing it with me. We are the Khalsa, mighty, mighty Khalsa. Wherever we go, people want to know who we are. So we tell them what? We are the Khalsa. And they sing that song proudly. Why should our children have an identity crisis? You know what I mean? We say we have an identity crisis. You say, I don't know who I am, right? Did Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj not give us exactly identity? Should there be one question of what is our identity? He gave us Panch Kakar, we should be know and understand ourselves. He gave us the foundation, Bana, Bani, Seva, Simran. Should one of us say, I don't know who I am? So Satsangaji, we don't have time that we should make excuses. We should live in that truth, create that union, that relationship to Sri Guru Granth Sahib, and be happy and joyful as who we are, to celebrate Khalsa. And that's what I learned. I'm just sharing with you tonight and this time in the presence of our Sri Guru Granth Sahib, how I learned to trust and have faith, to learn to understand myself and that relationship to Sri Guru Granth Sahib. And when I started, wasn't that I thought somebody should know me, you should know who I am, know what my name is. This day means nothing. I only wanted to become a better human being. That was my only quest in life. And is no different today. That my journey, that my path, that dharam was to bring me to become a better human being inside of myself. That's all I want today. That's all I wanted yesterday. It's all I'm going to want tomorrow. That if I can serve even better tomorrow, if I can be that much more devoted tomorrow, why bring sorrow to that tomorrow? Why bring pain in your life? Why be misunderstood in your life? Why be depressed in your life? Why be sick in your life? Why not be you in your life? Is that not what we learned? To be you, me, we shall be. Jinni Naam diya ge masakatagal nanakate muka ujale keti shuti no. Jinni Naam diya. To those who, diya means the depth of that meditation. Jinni Naam diya ge masakatagal. To those who go to the depth of that understanding within themselves through the blessing of Guru Nanak. Smiling are their faces, and many others are saved. But what does our mind want to do? When I read that in Japji Sahib that time to understand that after Mul Mantar, in that first party of Japji Sahib, Guru Nanak explains clearly where our mind should be. He says, Socha soch na hove, just socha na kavar. That thousands and thousands of thoughts come, but we don't own one of those thoughts. They're not our thoughts. So to me, I interpreted that to say that Guru Nanak Dev Ji, right in the beginning, the start of Japji Sahib, said, stop thinking, don't think, stop. They're not yours, so don't own them. Don't get attached. Without Gurbani, without Simran, we get attached to these thoughts of the mind. And that's when we get attached, and then we get, you know, you did this, I did that, you're doing this. We feel that judgment because we attach to the mind those thoughts. And our Guru said, cut those thoughts. Shabad cuts through that. Gurbani teaches us to get rid of that attachment. To only be attached to what? The feet of the Guru. Only attachment. Don't we read in that every day, Ardas? The 5? Lust, anger, greed, pride, attachment? That when we get attached to that, then we're sunk. One day the children came, they said, Khalsa, what is Khalsa? I said, Khalsa, you know what's Khalsa? I said, I only know one thing. I said, Khalsa has to be like a lighthouse. You know, when a ship comes, there's that lighthouse that has that light, and the ship sees the light on that lighthouse, and it guides that ship, it should be safe, right? That's what a lighthouse does. Guides that ship, it should be safe. I said, Khalsa is a lighthouse so that we can guide others to safety. That my responsibility through myself is to live in the vibration of Vaheguru and to help others. And we'll be known for that.